I can guarantee you will not see another video on YouTube quite like this. This is the full day in the life of someone bouncing back from zero. And look, when I built my first business, I went from selling on the markets, earning £100 a day, right, as a 17-year-old kid. Never had a job before. I didn't know anything about anything. All I knew is I wanted to make some money. And I went into this obsession on learning about business and entrepreneurship, right? And I just bombarded my mind with information, right? I knew where I was going to go. I had goals, but I didn't have clear written down goals. That's something I've started doing now I'm a little bit older, right? But when you've got this target in mind and you're so obsessed with it, you can reprogram your mind whatever position that you're in, yeah? When I first started out in business, my issue was I was fucking around and smoking weed like a loser. I had a bad attitude. I didn't know anything. I wasted my time. Yeah, I had bad habits. So I had to change my mind. Yeah. And luckily we're in the internet age, so you can reprogram your mind based on what information you put into it. So I had to go through a constant brainwash of positive information. I'm not just talking about affirmations, yeah. I'm talking about specific knowledge on subjects all the time. Now, we can go on the internet and it's an absolute blessing to change your mind around. This is something I had to do recently as well. When I started being negative and I started seeing no way out, I had to reprogram my mind again because I was listening to music all the time and watching entertainment. I wasn't training my mind. So first things first, if you ever see me in public, yeah, you will always see me with these in my ears. Yeah, and listen, I've got the Beats, I've got the wireless ones, but I prefer these personally. You will always see me with these in. Now, I'm not listening to music, I am listening to audio books, I'm watching YouTube videos. Anytime I'm driving, walking, on the Stairmaster at the gym, I am constantly putting information in my mind. Because you need information, you need to reprogram your mind. That's how you get out of any situation. You have to reprogram it specifically with certain information. Now, my daily routine, it's not set up on what I think it should be. It's set up based on my goals, right? I've got my main goals and all my daily action goes to that goal. You see, the thing is, when I lost my mind, and I want to please make you understand that I genuinely lost my mind, right? I lost everything mentally, okay? I had to restructure my mind. I had to start writing goals again. And when you start writing goals, you can break it down into action steps and you can start focusing on it every day. Because the mistake that I made, I had so many big problems in my life everywhere, but I wasn't focusing on what I need to do every single day. And that is the only thing that you have control over, your daily action. So it all starts with the daily action, yeah? So I had to start focusing on my daily action again. Now, your daily action needs to correspond with your goals. It's all good having positive habits and daily action every single day and you're doing it. But if that's not taking you to a set place that you've got, a target, you're not going to get there. It's going to take you much longer, right? When I started really putting my goals down and planning my days out and writing targets, that's when I started making some movements in my life. And that's what I'm doing right now. So my main goals right now, okay, it's to get 3 clients, right, for my new business. Okay, now I know that I can get the clients through the service because I've got the knowledge. I've already got 2 clients that I've made a lot of money for, right? So I know that it works. I've personally made millions in sales with this method that I'm selling, right? So I know that it works. I've got the proof of concept there. So I need to now try and reverse engineer this to get the clients, right? So how do I do this? Well, I'm gonna have to make YouTube videos like the one that you're watching right now to get clients. I'm going to have to do cold outreach, I'm going to have to go out in person, and I'm going to have to go and tap into my existing network. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Now, I break this up into goals, okay? So that means on certain days I'm doing YouTube videos. That is my goal for that day. Why? Because that goal is going towards the main one, right? I know that some days I've got to do cold outreach. Why? Because that goal is going towards my main one. And when you're writing it down and hitting it every single day, right, this is going to give you some direction, and little by little you're going to chip away and start really moving towards those goals. Now, these 3 clients, this is part of a much bigger goal, right? But you've then within the big goal, yeah, you've got steps, you've got smaller steps. So I don't need 100 clients right now because I'm good, but I can't service 100 people at the same time. I just need to focus on each client at a time, get them the most results as possible, give my heart and soul into it, and then slowly grow it from there. So this is the first benchmark. I've already got 2 clients, I just need another one, and I've hit that first close, and that's going to be upped, right? The next thing is, I want to be 200 pounds lean muscle, right? I am 12 stone right now, which is probably the lightest I've been in years. I weighed 14 stone before all my shit went wrong. I lost so much weight. I mean, that's what happens when you're working 70 hours a week, and I still will go into the gym, by the way. But listen, I were working 70 hours a week, right? Early to late, I were out and at it, and I started thinking, well, I need to keep the weight, so I started eating, and I was still eating 4,500 calories a day. And I were eating like a full English breakfast every day from Wetherspoons. I were eating cheesecake every day, so I'm just trying to get the calories in, yeah? Bad idea. I lost so much gains, and I got fat. So right now, I want to be 200 pounds lean. For me to start gaining muscle again, I've got to lose the weight. So right now I'm on a cut, I'm on a diet plan. So what goes into my daily routine? The cardio and the diet plan, right? My daily routine is what gets me there. So everything is focused on the daily routine, one day at a time. And the next thing is Thailand. I want to move to Thailand, yeah? Why? Because England is fucked, right? And I'll tell you something about an online business, yeah? Everybody likes the idea of make money online, and I get when you're going to work and you hate it there, you might think, well, I wish I was making money online. Well, I'll tell you what, when you're living in somewhere where your lifestyle's not so good, making money online is not so attractive. I'll tell you that from experience, because you're going to spend a lot of time on your own, nobody around you is going to know what you're going through, and you're going to be very lonely and have a very shit time. So this is my new business, right? So all my goals are going towards my new business. This is one of my baby goals towards the bigger picture, right? Because I'm starting from scratch again. But listen, I am all in. I am all in, right? I started with £200. I don't know where I earned the £200 from, but I earned the £200, right? That's what I started with. Through flips, through hustles, through growing that money, through not cheating on the money. I grew it to, the most I had it in stock ever was like 400 grand retail price, right? In a few years, just from flips, reinvest, right? All from nothing. I never had a job. I never got money off anybody. I never got the money from anywhere else. It was all from that. And the reason why I was able to do that is because I was hyper focused on my daily routine and my goals. I was going towards one specific goal. You could not tell me anything about anything else. I wasn't interested. I wanted that goal and I was going to have it. And I was 100% all in, 7 days a week, all the time. That's the goal. That's what I wanted. So I'm doing the same thing again. I've just readjusted my goals, right? Now, I want to make it very clear, okay? I don't write my goals around what my situation tells me, okay? I write my goals about what I want. And my goals are big, right? And look, you might be you're watching this video right now. It's not going to sound like a lot, but in a few years, you're going to see the come up, because I didn't film my first come up yet, but you're going to see it this second time. But listen, I'm getting mine. So all of my energy is focused towards this. Now, if I move to Thailand, it means that I'm going to force myself to make this business work. Yeah, because I've got to make money online over there. I can't go get a job in Thailand. I mean, fucking hell, mate, I can't even go get a job in England, pal. So I'm moving there because I want to force myself to make it work. And I want to level up as a person. I want to start fighting again. Yeah, I'm not had any professional fights or anything like that. I'm not a fighter, right? But I do want to start fighting. And that is going to give me the lifestyle that I want, right? I've always wanted an online business. You've got to be real, guys. Why do we all start businesses? It's for freedom, right? Well, I want to be 100% online. 100% online. That's why this is my new goal. And this is going to force me to do it. So am I ready to move to Thailand? No. Is this a perfect situation right now? Absolutely not. Do I know if it's going to work? Absolutely not. But this is what I've got to do to get my goal. So I'm going to fucking do it. I am going to do it. Yeah? I don't give a shit about anything else other than my goal. I'm 100% all in. And when you're about to watch my daily routine now, you're going to watch it and think, fuck me, that looks shit. And it is. But this is the raw reality of it, yeah? If you want your goals and your goals are big, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. And this is exactly what I am doing. So enjoy the daily routine that's coming up. Hope you learn some things and welcome to the journey. I'm very excited for what is about to come. Right, guys, this is where it all starts. The night before. Every single night I write my to-do list, and this is not just a regular to-do list, this is in my planner, step by step. hour by hour, main priorities of the week, main priorities of the day. Look, when you have got so much to do and you're trying to optimize your time the best as possible, the thing is, I've got to go work a job at night and build the business in the morning. So I've got to make sure that I am getting my right tasks and biggest impact tasks done in the morning. And I've got to make sure, most importantly, I'm freeing up the time to service my clients, right? Because look, I'm not trying to onboard anybody and not get the results. I need to make sure that I'm getting them results. No negotiations on that. I have to get them the results. And I can get them results. I just need to give time to do it. So there's no fucking around. There's no going to bed at 12 p.m. because I feel like it. There's no flipping sleeping until 9 a.m. There's no sitting on my phone in the morning. Yeah, this is a structured plan. And look, I'm working from 6 a.m. go to the gym in the middle of the day, and I work till 9 p.m. at night. Right now, that's what it takes. That's what I have to do, right? And I will do whatever it takes. It's as simple as that. I will do whatever it takes because that is my fucking goal and that is what my responsibilities are. But you must write your plan down. When I write my day down, I wake up, I don't have to adjust, I do my morning habits and I get straight into work. And I know exactly what to do. I don't have to use my brain to think of what to do because some days you wake up and you're scrambling. So if you want to be hyper productive, especially in these important stages and in the beginning, to get the most out of every single day, write down your plan the night before. This is a game changer. Like I said, look, please understand, I went from a market stall trader to, this is what took me to my first million in sales. Yeah. And and beyond. Yeah. You've got to plan it down. You've got to, because if you're setting your goals properly, this is how you reach them, by your daily action. So when you start focusing on your daily action, that's when shit starts happening. You can check your habits, there's no bullshit. And if you get to the end of the week and you look through that list and nothing's happened, there's nobody else to blame, right? And that's on your shoulders, my friend. So you have to write it down. This is exactly what I'm doing. I write down my full day every night before. I write my main goals for the week before on a Sunday night. And I do not miss this, ever, I do not miss this. Rather than reactive. You need to focus on solutions rather than problems. You need to concentrate on the most important thing. Now I'm checking some client results. We've been doing the pop-up forms for the email list. These are some of the old ones. But yeah, keep checking your client's progress. That's ideal because that's going to get the email list 4 times the size. And then with the new flows, all the subscribers are going to be able to get more campaigns, get marketed to more times, and they're not paying anything to do it. So some really positive results so far. We've increased like 400%, 500% on some email pop-ups, meaning the list will be 4 times the size, meaning they'll be getting 4 times the money from email for 0 cost. So absolutely great work so far. We're just focusing on getting these flows optimized and getting them up to scratch. But yeah, the first thing I do, check client results, and then I start working from my plan. The main thing on for today was completely redoing a lot of the email flows for one of the clients, but so far we've seen a massive, it's like 91% increase in overall deliverability and revenue from email. So it's literally doubled their email revenue in the first 30 days, which is just crazy. But they had a load of quite bad problems going on, to be honest. So yeah, it's been good to help there. And then later on, I'm going to go see a client. I'm going to go in person. So I'm going to go down to the shop. They've got a shop that's somewhat near me. Go in, ask them what they need help with. If they need help with anything, if they've got a problem I can solve, then we can work together. Boom, let's go. Yeah, some pretty crazy results so far, actually. I mean, this is what you can do with email. This is why we focus on email straight away, so you can just see these massive uplifts once you get it right. These are the same mistakes I made on my first business, right? I didn't take email seriously, I didn't know about it, and to be honest, because I wasn't seeing the results, I didn't think there were much to it. But then when I started taking it seriously and I started being able to scale in with email, that's when I realised, like, wow, this is actually one of the most important parts of my e-com business. So, we're helping clients optimise their store and automate a lot of things. Now, this brand, very busy, he's got a big team, so he ain't got the time to do it, right? But this by focusing on this, it's the fastest way to get some quick results, get some more revenue in, and just build some automations to where it takes a bit of the stress off their hands. And that's what I'm trying to do with this new business. I'm trying to help people in a similar situations where I've been before, just help them optimize the store, build some automations, and just do some proven stuff that works. So that's great to see. And yeah, I just need to get more clients to know about this service that I offer. So this is why I'm making YouTube videos, so I can tell people about it and help people for free. So they can make money from my videos and then hopefully pay me to make even more money. And I'm getting clients through in person. So this guy that I'm going to go see now, I don't know them, they don't know I'm turning up. I'm just going to show up and have a conversation with them because I've got a product to sell. I believe it can help their business and make them a lot of money. So I'm going to go down and see if I can help, have a conversation. That's how it all works. People overcomplicate this stuff, man, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. So what I'm doing right now, I need clients for my business, right? I've got a couple of clients at the minute, but I need to keep getting clients. There's a shop kind of near me in the Avenue Com side of things. I went on the website, noticed some issues, so I'm going to go to the shop, have a conversation. I'm going to point out a couple of things that I can help with them for free, and we'll have a chat and see if we can get them on as a client. But yeah, any in-person ones I'm going to do, reaching out online with content, cold outreach, and that's it. So boom, just been into that shop and I noticed a couple of things on the site that they needed help with. I did a little bit of research before. It's a very similar business to what I've run before and I know all about the business. There were a few email issues I brought up to them. Just went in and had a chat, tried to find out what problems they're facing, told them what I do. Simple as that. Like, look, this is just commerce, guys. Yeah, if you've got something to sell and you know that it's valuable to a certain type of people, your job is to get that message in front of the right people, whether it's digitally or in person, and then just go do it. Just show up in person. Now, you might not get the sale. That's cool. That's part of the game, right? But I did my homework before. I found out what they needed from what I thought and the gaps that I saw that I could provide value in. And then I went into the shop and I had a conversation, got the WhatsApp, and I'll have a chat. If I can help them, I'll help them, and that's where you make money. It's as simple as that. So hopefully we onboard them as a client, but we'll see, and I'll keep you updated. But yeah, that's part of the to-do list. I'm about to hit the gym right now, and then we've got work. Listen, I'm skinny as fuck at the minute. I've turned into a bit of a fat mess, so I put a photo on here. So, we're training every day. A bit skinny right now, but pretty lean. What do you think, Dom?
Looking good, mate, looking good.
A bit skinny though.
Look like you're ready for an ultra marathon.
Yeah, I don't want to look like a marathon runner, I want to look like a fucking... I want to look stacked. But yeah, listen, it's a process, innit? You get fat. You've got a coat, so you can put the weight back on, clean. But, again, this is my fucking goal, so I don't care how busy I am.
$1,000 a month, you save $100 a month, and you pay everything else, taxes, living expenses.
Who is showing you this? Listen, no one can say I don't keep it 100 percentile. So now here, 2 till 9. This is what we do. It's what we do every day. It's what you got to do. It's what it is. I'm going to be leaving soon, so been doing this for months.
Another, I would argue, one of the most famous ad men of all time, believed the latter. He famously told his agency folk in a blustery tone.
Who is showing you this? But yeah, listen, you got to remind yourself why you're doing this. Like, reason why I'm proper redlining myself at the minute is because you need to get out of this situation, man. Like, if you're in a job that's not going nowhere, it's code red. The sirens should be going off. You have to do everything you can. So if that means taking in constant information, so you need to learn new stuff and working on your business in the morning and then working at night. Well, if you want it, that's what it takes. Ultimately, I'm willing to pay that price. And look, this is what I did the first time. Yeah, you got to understand. I went from a market trader to literally getting obsessed with making money in business, and it were all my life. And look, I missed out some of my teenage years working like that. I really did. And you know, I'm doing a little bit of that in my 20s as well, but at the end of the day, that's the price you've got to pay. And if you're working class and you don't have them connections and you don't have that knowledge, well, you can supplement it with hard work. That's the only way I know how. So you've got to just try and put yourself in the best position. But this just means that I can still work on my business every day, and I'm still getting money to live. And ultimately, I'm not just working a dead-end job, and that's all I've done at the end of the day, because that's where you don't want to be. If that's all you're doing all day long, that's where you don't want to be. So, you know, these are little blips, but sometimes you got to step up and fucking do it. And this is the game. This is the game. And that is a wrap for the day. And look, it's like this for fucking months. Yeah. I'm just keeping it G real with you. Yeah, it's like this for fucking months. But this is if you're in an under leveraged position, this is the type of shit you've got to do. Yeah. If you're not if you're in a leveraged position, you don't have to do all this. So it's not all like this, right? And if you're not in a rush, you can take your time, you can learn a business, start on a service-based business, whatever. Start an e-com business if you want. And you can do it over time. But if you're in a rush and you need to make changes now, you've got to step up to the fucking plate if you've got big goals. I mean, my goals, it's a non-negotiable.